Hello everyone and welcome to the first round of Season 5 with W2W Racing. We're bringing you Division 3 today. We've got two races for you, an 8-lapper and a 16-lap reverse grid race around the one and only Dragon Trail Seaside. Shaping up to be a good race. Zoomin is co-commentating with me. I'm Footner and we've got fine moves on the visuals. So Zoomin, tell me, who's the one to watch out for in this race?
No, look, man, I just jumped in the lobby not just a little bit before this with Piano. I've got all my hopes on him for this lobby. He was keeping up with me, and he was just, quick in that Audi. The straight line speed is just so much quicker than all these other cars. I think he's just got that little bit extra throughout everywhere on the lap, so he's my pick for this race.
Yeah, we'll be keeping a close eye on Piano, that's for sure. We're bringing qualifying to you now. We've got 5 minutes. Qualifying settings, we turn fuel and tyre wear off just to kind of eliminate a bit of strategy, just let everyone go out, set some pace laps, keeps the field a bit more spread. Everyone should be around the same pace rather than some fuel saving, some not. Have a quick run through the field, so just fix my settings. So we got Smurf out the front leading the way in that Aston Martin there. He does a lot of practice. He might be one to watch as well. Early, following in the BMW. Also shows some great pace. G-Force in the Toyota. G-Force. Some of you guys who have been watching the streams for a while may remember G-Force commentating. Did an absolute bang-up job. He's an all-round great guy. The man himself, Piano, in that Northern Tyre Service Audi. He's going to be one to watch for sure, as Zoomin said. Pagani, fellow streamer. Puts up a lot of YouTube content. He's in the Lexus today. Bit of a tank to muscle around this course. CRR Super Dragon in the Mercedes. Also not the best car around, but CRR got some good pace. Be keen to watch him climb up through the ranks. And Hammy again in the Toyota. Him and G-Man going to be looking to find each other together and in the field and work together. Warpath then in the Nissan in that Norton 360 livery. Not sure how the Nissan goes around here. Antichrist, your host for this evening in the Aston Martin. Or is that Jag? It's a Jag.
Jag. I believe it's a Jag.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. The camera angle fixed. Soul Reaper in the BMW. Watch out for some speed there. He's very consistent. Oh, Soul Slayer's the host for tonight in the Mustang, sorry. His Jim Beam Mustang, and then Ripdoc in the Jag, that great looking Jag. So we got Smurf, he's just starting his hot lap now. He's got the clean air. It's very important in some qualifying aspects. Sometimes you want a bit of slipstream, sometimes you don't want that dirty air, but he's going to be leading them through the bus stop. Definitely a track where high commitment will reward you with a great lap time. You want to be nearly flat through the bus stop here, but you've got to be millimetres away from the fence to nail it. And just touching the fence a little bit is going to cost you a lot of time. Smurf seems to nail it early behind him, also doing quite well there. We haven't had anyone hit the fence so far. Everyone keeping it pretty clean, possibly just toning down the aggression a little bit just to set a banker lap, and then they'll get a banker lap under their belt, and then they'll do a 100% lap afterwards. The G-Force setting the fastest first sector so far with a 32.7, 1/10 above his nearest competitor, which is Piano Elephant in that Audi. Watch out for that Audi stretching its legs through the end of the lap though, through the flat out sections. As Piano now goes to the top with a 34.1 second sector, so he's got some time up on G-Force now. Piano looking good to shape up for the provisional pole lap. As Piano's only got a few corners left to navigate, we'll stay on board and we'll see what he can bring us. We're expecting times around the 47-second mark, I'd say. A bit under would be beautiful for these guys. A bit over, probably not too much of a worry either, because you want to be safe during quali. Oh, we're straight into the 46s. Everyone's
45s.
45s.
They're not messing around.
G-Force to the top in that 86. That 86 is a very strong car around here. Very easy to drive while also being very easy on its tyres and fuel. Definitely going to be one to watch in the sprint race just because it's outright speed, and also the long race where the strategy comes into play and saving tyre and fuel is part of the strategy. So after one lap, we got G-Force leading the way, a 10th above Piano Elephant, followed by Early, who's 5 tenths back on the leader. Pagani muscling that Lexus around to be 4th, followed by Smurf, sorry. Still got some more times rolling in. Oh, everyone's done the first lap now. We've got Smurf and Early together on their lap. That's going to hold one of them up, I think. It's not what you want in qualifying. We do highly recommend you find some clean space so you don't catch up to people or don't have to defend or whatever. G-Force is now clutched on the back of this little group. It's not good. You don't want to see that in quali. Smurf yields. Smurf's done the great sportsman thing there. Massive props out to you there, Smurf. Smurf has conceded a lap to give G-Force another go at bettering his lap. So we got G-Force now picking up Early's slipstream as well. That's going to benefit him through this last section of the track. Early's going to be the first one across the line for lap 2. This will be their last lap. Early not bettering his time. G-Force bettering his time, just marginally there, pulling out a couple more tenths on Piano, who also doesn't better his time yet. CRR up to 4th there, taking that from Pagani. Pagani settling down in 5th. Smurf keeping his 6th position there. Antichrist crossing the line here, currently in 7th, doesn't better his time there. Warpath also not bettering his time. Soul Reaper not getting a jump either. It looks like the order's pretty much set. We've got Soul Slayer jumping up some positions there into 6th. Nice lap there from Soul Slayer, 2nd off the lead. Not too bad in that Mustang. And that's everyone. So that is your starting order. Alright, so everyone gear up, ready. We got 8 laps around Dragon Trail Seaside Reverse in our GR4 cars. Season 5 is the first time we have raced competitively with our GR4s. We've got 8 teams, so 8 different manufacturers coming to you. Good mix of cars in this lobby. We're going to see a great bunch of strategy coming out to play.
I just want to highlight that Piano in the Audi is going to be really slow to start, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens to this first corner since he's starting off that front row as well.
Yeah, the Audi not too good off the line as we expect G-Force to get a good jump here. No, everyone's bogging down. There's a few people going everywhere. Early's managed to take the lead from G-Force in that BMW. CRR also getting around G-Force. He's going to have the outside though. G-Force carts across CRR, taking that 2nd place back. So we've got Early leading the pack. Everyone's going to want to find single file through this death chicane. It is absolutely not an overtaking opportunity. Few sparks flying, but I think it's clean. Everyone's keeping it clean. That's great to see. No change of positions. Coming into a very good overtaking opportunity now as well. Everyone seems to be keeping it pretty clean. You can't win the race on lap 1. It's definitely recommended just to settle in and find a bit of a rhythm. Early's managing to extend a bit of a gap now. He's got nearly a 2nd on G-Force, and that BMW is a bit faster in a straight line. He should be able to extend that a little bit more through this last section. Oh, he's just wide. I think he's dropping a couple tenths there. G-Force absolutely nailing that section. CRR coming under some pressure now from Pagani for 3rd. Pagani's taken that position from him. CRR giving him plenty of space, possibly looking for the undercuts. Not going to happen there. Piano looking to capitalise as well. He's got a good run out of that corner. He's now under pressure from Smurf. It's all kicking off. Rip docking close attention as well. The Smurf takes that 5th from Piano there. Pagani gets it all sorts of wrong coming out of that chicane there. He gathers it up nicely though. We're going to look at Piano using the straight line speed for that Audi, possibly looking to put a move on 2 cars here into turn 1. He settles in nicely. He's going to lose one to Soul Slayer, who has contact with the Rip Doc there. not written. Yeah, it was. The Soul Slayer just backing out and redressing those positions there. Also losing one Antichrist in the process. What are your thoughts so far, Zerman? Zerman still with us? We may be solo. We'll continue until we hear back from Zerman. G-Force closing the gap up to early for the lead there. So G-Force putting the pressure on early big time. That time's fallen away. They've managed to bridge nearly a 3-second gap to CRR Super Dragon down in third there, who's under some pressure from Pagani. But we'll stay on board with the leaders at the moment as they're going side by side through the downhill section. G-Force managing to take the lead away from Early. Early just going to slot in behind now. He's not going to challenge that again into this downhill left-hander. He might sit there, save some tyres, save some fuel. Not necessarily needing to save fuel in an 8-lap sprint race, but we'll see what Early can do now that he's behind G-Force. G-Force is going to be putting his skates on, trying to bridge a gap, get it far away as he can so Early can't pick that slipstream up. As Pagani's managing to close that gap down at 2.4, so they've lost half a second in that battling. Battling not recommended, but if you need that position, you need that position. So Smurf managing to find fourth, somewhere in that lap as well. Ripdog still sitting pretty in fifth. Piano in that Audi, still trying to hunt down those two cars in front. Audi possibly looking at a one stop just based on its tyre wear, same as the Mustang. I think most other cars could possibly muscle out 8 laps without a stop, so the Audi's really got to get his skates on if he's going to lose that time in the pits. Pit stops at Dragon Trail Seaside Reverse typically lose about 7 seconds. That's without fuel. The Piano has managed to slot himself into 5th there, right behind Smurf. Tyres looking good for 3 laps in the Audi. Piano driving very smooth there. Massive respect there.
Yeah, he seems to be able to be conserving them pretty well, actually.
Yeah, we got Zerman back. So.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had another stranger at the door.
Yep.
Same as last week, so I had to quickly dip away from the commentary for a little bit, but yeah, I'm back now.
No worries there. We got CRR Super Dragon sitting down in 12th. He was your 3rd place sitter, or 4th after Pagani took 3rd from him. So CRR Super Dragon having an error somewhere along the way. We didn't quite catch that. As we see Warpath getting it all wrong through the downhill S's. The CRR looking to capitalise there. He's going to want to make some positions back. He was showing some great speed, and that Merc real good on its tyres, really good on its fuel and its tyres. So may not be the strongest in these sprint races, especially when you make an error, but watch for that one in the reverse grid, especially considering he'll be starting up near the front.
The race for position 1 is well on right now. Early looks like he's going to get the overtake done on G-Force into the first corner.
Yeah, Early looks like he got a great drive out of that last corner, possibly picking up some of G-Force's slipstream, just giving him that little bit extra time, like taking that first position away as they now come into the bus stop. We got Piano up to 3rd as well. Piano Elephant setting the fastest lap of the race so far with a 1:47.285. He's now managed to dispatch Pagani and he's in 3rd place looking to hunt down the battle for the lead. It is possible we'll see him in the pits at the end of this lap, but with his tyre wear looking that good, I think he may be on the hunt and stay out. He's 4 seconds away from the leader at the moment, and he's got 4.5 laps to make up that time. Pagani just trying to hang on at the moment. Pagani wants to be brought into this battle for the lead as well. He doesn't want to lose that slipstream and fall away. Smurf and Ripdoc behind, possibly just trying to work together and catch up that slip as well. If they can get into that slipstream from Pagani, they'll all be brought into
just come off the track up front. I think G-Force was just gone. I think he just dived up the inside and Early just went a little bit wide, but it's a little bit of a change of position in there.
Very easy to do at that part of the track as well. Just get on that power a little bit early and it's all over. It looks like he hasn't lost too much time, 1.5 seconds, so he's got the dirty tyres, he's got to clean them up. G-Force now looking great with his tyre wear. Just going to put his head down now, set some qualifying laps and absolutely drive away with this race.
We might have a replay on that, guys, if you're interested.
Yeah, let's jump for a replay.
Here we go. Looking at Early out in front at the moment. G-Force right on his tail, and Early's just gone wide. Alright, back to you guys.
Yeah, thanks for that fine move. So as we see there, Early possibly just feeling a bit of pressure from G-Force there. Just missing the apex, putting the power on a little bit early, running wide, getting himself some dirty tyres and losing a second and a half. As Early's in the fence at the death chicane, Early's found the wall. We'll possibly have to get a replay on that if we weren't. Oh, we're on board. We were on board. So Early keeping second, but he does have damage. He is now under pressure from Pagani. As Piano Elephant dropped down to 5th as well. Hasn't pit, still got worn tyres. So Piano possibly making a mistake somewhere. We missed the action there, unfortunately. But we've got Pagani up to 3rd again now. Putting pressure on Early for 2nd, whose damage has cleared up. This is all gifted G-Force a 6.4 second lead, who's on purple sectors still. G-Force having the race of his life there. Missing some of Season 4 with an injury. He's coming back in Season 5 with a vengeance. Absolutely showing these Div 3 drivers who's boss. A quick scan through the field reveals that I don't think anyone's pit. Everyone on the no stopper. Unless we see an overcut for a lap 5 pit. So G-Force consistently in the 47s. Still extending that gap, nearly out to 7 seconds now. Early still managing to have enough of a gap behind Pagani that he doesn't need to defend. So well done Early, just putting your head down, getting back in a rhythm. Stay out of the fence from the bus stop and you should be able to bring this 2nd place home. Pagani's under all sorts of pressure from Smurf now. Piano Elephant also in the mix. He's going to have a good run on these boys. He's going to have to lift out of it just so they can go single file. Everyone's clean and keeps their position through the bus stop there. The Pagani's just losing a little bit of time to Early out in front there. He's no longer in the slipstream. The full credit to Early there. He's made a couple of errors, but he's gathered himself back up. It can be very hard to get back in the zone after you make a small couple of mistakes. Bit of frustration, just a little bit of, breaking your rhythm. Good drive in there Early. Pagani keeping 3rd, qualifying 5th I think it was, so he's not doing too bad. Good results there for Pagani. Piano looking racy all over the back of Smurf as well. Just see Piano's tyres starting to wear a little bit now, very characteristic of the Audi. Still going to have the straight line speed advantage over all of his competitors, but he's going for a move up the inside of Smurf. There's light contact, but it's pretty clean. Nice late lunge. Oh, Smurf's just giving him a tap. Didn't look like there was a car width left there. We'll have to see how Smurf handles this one. Doesn't look like he's going to give the position back. He may have felt it was a fair move. We will have to see it from all other angles to confirm that. But Smurf now up to 4th. Piano staying in 4th, sorry. Piano staying in 5th. Just dropping at 1.8 seconds now. Now coming under pressure with dirty tyres from the Antichrist and Soul Slayer, who are in very close proximity. Piano gone from the attacking role to the defending role. With those old tyres, going to be a hard ask for him to keep these angry cars at bay. Got a nice battle for 7th eventuating as well. Hammy in the 86 in 9th, just sitting behind Soul Slayer in that Mustang in 8th. Currently side by side with Ripdog. He's got the drive out of the corner. Is he going to be able to carry it all the way around? He is. So Soul Slayer up to 7th. Ripdog now under pressure from Hammy in that 86. We know how good they are with tyres and fuel, so we're expecting a lot of late race pace from Hammy. CRR Super Dragon back there in 10th, only 1.6 seconds down the road. He's also looking to clutch onto the back of this group, get some slipstream, and find some more positions after having an earlier incident.
Oh, Soul Slayer just jumps. Oh, no, never mind. Must have been a little bit of lag on my side.
Yeah, I got that too. So Soul Slayer still in 7th, managing to bridge a little bit of a gap to Ripdog, who's under massive pressure from CRR Super Dragon now. So CRR Super Dragon managing to find his way around Hammy and nearly Ripdog in a matter of a few corners. Hammy relegated to 10th spot now with fresher tyres than a lot of them.
Yeah, I believe there was a bit of contact on that one. I think it was the 4th last corner with Hammy. I'm not sure what happened, but I think CR Dragon really got a big advantage from that. So
the CRI drives it around the outside using some of the grass as well. He slots in front. He's got them both. Hopefully his tyres aren't too dirty for this chicane. He's now 1 second down from Soul Slayer. It's not over yet. CRR Super Dragon may be able to push for one more position. Oh, he's touched the fence. He's lost a little bit of speed there. He's gone defensive on Ripdog. Pulling it up nicely for the late apex left-hander there. So 8 absolutely action-packed laps brought to you guys. A lot of clean racing from these Div 2 guys. We're just going to jump up to 5th. We've got a battle going on with 4 people. Antichrist managing to nearly drive around the outside of Piano. Piano keeping his 5th. We've got a 4-way battle for 3rd. Pagani going very defensive to the inside there, pushing Smurf to the outside. He moves back across to open the corner up a bit. Smurf looking for the undercut. He's just not going to have enough room to get it done. Pagani keeping 3rd so far. Only got the chicane and a long left-hander to navigate. He's going defensive again. He's all the way to the left. Smurf to the right. Piano coming in hot. Pulling it up nicely. Pagani keeping the position out of the chicane. Will Smurf have the drive? It doesn't look like he will. I think we're going to see Pagani bring home 3rd. That's going to be your position. So we're going to have G-Force Gang in the Toyota 86 absolutely annihilating the field by 8.4 seconds. Early making a couple of mistakes in that race, coming home in 2nd. Well gathered up early. Pagani fighting off in a fierce battle pack for 3rd. Nice drive there, Pagani. Smurf climbing the ranks up to 4th. That's a fantastic result for Smurf there. Piano looking could have showed a lot of pace in qualifying. Didn't quite get the result he was possibly chasing in the race, but 5th is a good result for race 1. Antichrist also very close behind in 6th. That battle pack was very intense. What were your thoughts on that race, Zerman?
I was surprised with the speed of Piano. I thought it would have been a little bit further. I'm not sure what happened through the race, but overall it was a really good race. Plenty of action throughout all the laps, all the 8 laps. It was a really good race.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Cannot wait to see what this 16-lap reverse grid race brings. So we're going to have Warpath in the Nissan starting from pole. Not having the greatest race there, Warpath finishing in last, but not what happened in the past that matters. It's what happens now. He's just going to have to get his head down, cut some nice laps. He's got the advantage of track position. He's just going to have to use that to his advantage. Soul Reaper starting off the front row of the grid as well with him in that M4. As we've shown early, he's showed some great pace in that M4. Soul Reaper's just going to have to unlock that pace. Hopefully not get swallowed up by the pack there and just keep it up near the front. Hammy in the 86 showed some great pace as well, kept his tyres great, which is going to help a lot in these longer races. Be interesting to see what strategies come out to play. 16 laps, a lot of people doing the no-stop here, so you'd expect those that do the no-stop to lean on the one-stop strategy here. But you can also break it up into 5, 5 and 6, which allows cars like the Audi and the Mustang to be a little bit more competitive because they've got those extra laps to make up that time lost in the pits. Something we saw a lot of in Season 4, just replicating the Race 1 strategy isn't necessarily the fastest in Race 2. anyone that watching that isn't currently in the Wheel-to-Wheel League, we are a very diverse and accepting league. We accept people of all skill levels and abilities. You can join us by finding us on Discord. We also have a Facebook page. You'll be able to find that at Wheel-to-Wheel Racing. We also share our Twitch streams out there. Alternatively, you can contact myself, Footner, through PlayStation Network, and I'll send you an invite link. But while we've got a small break here, I had it open, but I've exited it. Here we go, it's time for everyone's favourite segment.
Strap yourself in, people, because it's time for everybody's favorite segment, Footner's Fun Facts.
That's right, we're back with another edition of Footner's Fun Facts. I've got a little bit of a science fact for you all today. This one's very interesting, not something you'd think is the answer, but today we're all going to learn that hot water freezes faster than cold water.
There you go.
I don't think many people would have thought that's the case, but there you go, we're all learning something. We are an educational channel as much as we are as a race channel. There you go, everyone. I hope you all learned something. If you didn't, you are fully entitled to a refund. We'll refund your ticket costs for the show.
Oh, God.
Piper asking where the promo ladies are. They're here. Trust me, they're here. They've got their boards up. So that's a bit of weekly fun we have. I like to bring you guys a bit of a fun fact every week. Stay tuned next week for another fun fact with Footner. Props go to Tombo for the production of the music there. Fantastic job. He's absolutely nailed it.
Just while we've got a little bit of a break, I just wanted to know on some of the liveries in this division. Bloody looking amazing. Especially Hammy's little M&M car. It looks amazing.
Yeah, so for season 5, we've opened up the livery restrictions. So everyone's basically free choice. They just need to include the Wheel-to-Wheel Racing logo as well as Track Racer. Wheel-to-Wheel Racing is proudly supported by Track Racer. They do offer us a little bit of discount for all Wheel-to-Wheel members. And in return, we are more than happy to run their logo on our cars, with a lot of our members also running some of their sim gear. We've got a bit of talent in the lobby with some liveries as well. Hammy doing a bunch of the guys' liveries. Also people like Soul Slayer and Antichrist also very good with the old livery editor. A few surprise wild cards as well that have done their own liveries that come out of nowhere, bringing some absolute artistic creations to us. We shouldn't be too far from race 2 starting. We typically have just about a 5-minute break, give everyone a chance, stretch their legs, have a glass of water, just get back in the zone, especially if they had a bad race.
I just wanted to note as well, just watching Super Dragon go around the track backwards here. He's doing a good job at it.
So CRR obviously ready to get back in the action. He's going to be starting up near the front of the grid after having that incident in race 1. He's going to put his skates on and try and bridge a bit of a gap. He's got the pace to do it. He's just going to need to stay consistent for 16 laps.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard, long race for some of these guys, especially with the Audi and the heavier cars. They're going to be really demanding on those front tyres.
Yeah, I think the 86s are going to be strong here. G4 starting at the back though, so he's got to dispatch 11 cars to get out in the front. I think we might see him gain a fair bit of time in the pits with the fuel saving and tyre ability, tyre saving ability of that 86. So race 2 about to get underway. 16 lap reverse grid based on race 1 finish results. We're still at Dragon Trail Seaside Reverse. So now with the field reversed in order of pace, it's going to be a very interesting first lap, especially going into the bus stop there. And we're racing. Everyone up the front seems to get a pretty even launch there. Hopefully everyone keeps it clean into turn 1. Everyone giving each other plenty of space. Haven't seen an inch of contact yet. So G-Force still last there, just keeping his nose clean. Warpath leading the way through the bus stop. As he just gathers a little bit of the fence, he's lost some speed there. So is Soul Reaper, now under pressure from Ripdoc. Ripdoc driving it around the outside of Soul Reaper. Is he going to make it stick? Soul Reaper very shallow. And Hammy capitalising. Ripdoc losing a bunch of positions there. A penalty from Pagani. I'm not sure how he's got that. Pagani with a 1.4 second penalty. Possibly cutting the last part of the chicane there. So those of you who aren't familiar with the wheel-to-wheel rules and regulations, any penalties acquired must be burnt within the same lap. Otherwise, they impose a penalty dictated by the stewards after the race. We do have a stewarding team. Any incidences that happen do get reported to stewards, and they are independently reviewed. So Hammy finding his way up to second as well in that 86. Very strong car. Dispatching on Soul Reaper in the BMW. Ripdoc finding his way up to 4th. Super Dragon in 5th, putting a lot of pressure on Ripdoc there. Super Dragon not wanting to hang around. He wants to get a couple of positions and start pushing away. Especially because we've got early our second place getter from race 1 up to 7th. He's already found himself 4 positions. G-Force up to 10th. He's found himself 2. Pagani drops to the rear after serving that penalty. Very unlucky start from Pagani, who was our 3rd place finisher. He's down to last, so he's down 2 positions. G-Force putting Smurf under some pressure. He's got some drive underneath him. I don't think he's going to be able to keep it there, though. No, he slots in behind Smurf. Goes back into single file for the bus stop. Oh, it looks like Soul Reaper just stayed out of everyone's way in the chicane. I'm not sure what happened there, but he's nearly parked it on the apex, just trying to keep it out of everyone's way. Great sportsmanship there. That's given everyone a position though. So Warpath still leading the way in that Nissan. He's got a 1.7 gap back to Hammy in the 86. Hammy leading an absolutely aggressive battle pack behind him. Not a lot of moves can be made through this downhill section as well unless someone gets something wrong. As we see early driving around the outside of Piano Elephant taking 6th, now putting pressure on Soul Slayer for 5th. He's taken 5th from Soul Slayer as well. He's just going to have the drive to keep it. He's got the inside for this turn. Soul Slayer still sticking around the outside, but once again he's going to have the outside for the next turn. Yep, early dives up the inside. Piano up there aggressive too. Piano absolutely sending it up there. Early up to 5th. Soul Slayer keeping 6th. Piano still back in 7th. Now under pressure from Smurf, and it's the one and only G-Man coming up behind this battle pack in 9th. Oh, there's a bit of contact on turn 1 between Smurf and Soul. Smurf just pushing Soul Slayer a little bit wide by the looks of it. Oh, everyone, no one wants to just sit there and concede. They all want to get through this field as fast as they can. But you got to remember on these long races, there's a lot of time to do a lot of racing. You don't have to get all the moves done in one lap. Soul Slayer looks like he had a moment through the chicane there. It's now led to him going wide through the left-hander there, dropping all the way to the back of the grid there. Not what you want to see from Soul Slayer in that Mustang. possibly with some damage as well. The car just not having the grunt to get back up to speed yet. Oh, there we go, turn the thermostat on. No damage anymore at least. Up to fourth, we've got Early just taking fourth from Ripdoc there, driving around the outside, getting the move done before the corner even starts. So Early must have got fantastic drive out of that. Now putting the pressure on CRR Super Dragon. It doesn't look like Early's going to be stopped here. CRR just missing his apex a little bit, possibly going to compromise his exit speed. Early absolutely closing that gap on him. He's taking the right-hand side, which is going to give him the outside for turn 1. Is he going to be able to get the move done before the corner? I don't think he is. The cars look a bit too close in speed. Ripdoc looking to capitalise as well. And they're going to settle back into their positions now. Early not going to have the drive to get the undercut done. He's putting the pressure on Super Dragon by staying to the left there. He eventually slots back in. That's a very smart move. And they're all absolutely bumper to bumper through the bus stop there. Zoom in, we're 3.5 laps in now. What are your thoughts on the winner for this race?
Oh, it's a bit early to tell, but yeah, as you see, Early's got a great pace at the moment, really going through the pack. But I'd have to put on to Warpath, man. He's been leading the race. Props to him. He's doing a really good job out in front, keeping that gap to second and third. Yeah. See how the race unfolds.
Warpath finishing last in race 1, of course. Now, after nearly 4 laps, still leading race 1. So, obviously not having the traffic to contend with. He was, there's someone at the fence. That's big. That's Super Dragon.
Super Dragon, yeah. Oh, there's another one, Pagani, yeah.
Can't actually get on board with any of them.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. That was...
Maybe go to a replay if we can. Oh, see, Super Dragon has left the room. Possibly being disconnected then.
Yeah, that could have set off a chain reaction as soon as he was in front of that big angry pack.
Yeah, so we just saw CRR going wide and just parking it in the fence. So a possible disconnection there. I don't want to say it's a rage quit. He may have found the fence and quit in rage, but I do doubt that on Super Dragon. He's a very level-headed competitor. It was a shame there. He was sitting very well in the battle pack for third. Would have been very interesting to see what he can do in that pack. So Early now very comfortably in third. He's got 1.5 seconds back to him, and he's putting the pressure on Hammy now. So we just got to hope that Early's not using too much of his tyre and too much of his fuel. It is possible the 2 guys in front will be on a 1-stop. Early's on a 2-stop, which would check out because of the pace we're seeing from him now as he sends it up the inside of Hammy. Hammy giving him plenty of room there. So Early now up to second, just 1 second away from Warpath. I think Warpath's going to have his work cut out for him now defending from that BMW that's showing amazing pace. Yeah. Piano's also found his way up to 4th, so earlier sitting 7th. Looks like he's managed to find his way through that battle pack consisting of Ripdoc, Smurf and G-Force. Oh, as G-Force just gets a bit of a touch. G-Force just finding the grass on the inside, forcing him out to outside to the outside grass as well. Dropping down to 7th, possibly going to see a move from Antichrist coming up the inside. Yes, we are. Is G-Force going to keep that around the outside? He is on the dirty tyres. He's level with Antichrist at the moment. He's still going to have the outside. Doesn't want to lose some time to Soul Reaper. He's just slotting behind the Antichrist, so he's pulled it up early, making sure he finds his apexes. And now he's looking for the drive out of the corner. Just going to have to tuck in Antichrist slipstream there. So that was unlucky from G-Man. He was finding his way through the pack relatively incident-free. He just had a little bit of contact, found some grass, it forced him into some more grass, and that's the result. You lose 3 to 4 seconds from the guys you were battling with.
Yeah, I think we just missed the change of the lead early going into first there. I didn't quite catch what happened, but he's slotted up there now, so he'll be on a nice clean slate driving out in front.
Yeah, change to the lead. So can't say we're surprised. Early been showing some sensational pace now. And with that earlier just issue we were talking about with G-Man, especially considering he's now got 6 cars in front of him to get to Early. I think Early's gonna be the man to catch now. Already bridging a second to Warpath in just a series of corners. So Hammy's still sitting pretty in third there. He's driving a very clean, consistent race. Nice work, Hammy. Just keeping your nose out of trouble. It's not a bad strategy, that's for sure. Piano using a lot of his tyre life, so not doing as well as he was last race by the looks of it. Possibly driving a bit more aggressive, trying to make up some time. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Piano on a 2-stop. G-Force back in 6th, has managed to find his way around Antichrist again. So G-Force back up to 6th, 8.7 seconds off the lead and 4 seconds behind Smurf. G-Force with all the work to do at the moment. Early's got the easy job of just driving the car home. 2.7 second advantage to Hammy, so Warpath must have had an incident there. Hammy's now gone up to 2nd place, relegating Warpath to 3rd, who's 2 seconds ahead of Piano in that Audi that we know is very fast here, but does use a bit of its tyre. The G-Force closing the gap down to Smurf to 2.3 seconds. In just that small amount of time, he's taken 1.7 seconds out of that lead, or 1.5 now, as we see the terrible top line speed of the 86 compared to the Aston there. Smurf putting Piano under a lot of pressure for 4th. He's got the car up the inside. Piano looking for the undercut. He's not going to have the grip to get that done. So Smurf up into 4th. Relegates Piano to 5th. They both just lost a chunk of time to G-Force, who's managing to find time on both the competitors in front and the leader. But I don't think the race is over yet. I think
it's still up for grabs, yeah.
Yeah, especially if we look at the G-Force actually using a fair bit of fuel in that 86. I thought he might have been saving a bit, but
as Piano's just hit that orange wall just coming out of the S's. I'm not sure what happened there. I think he just slipped off a little bit. Not 100%
sure. Looks like he just turned in a little bit early to that right-hander, just popping a wheel over that secondary bump on the curve there. Really unsettles the car, throws it around. It's just not been able to grip up to get around that right-hander, and he's just gone wide. So Piano dropping down to 8th after all of that now. Possibly trying to get 7th back here around the outside of the Antichrist. He's not going to keep it around the outside. He's going to tuck him behind. So that gives G-Force another position. G-Force up to 5th now. Very rapidly catching Smurf. Warpath managing to keep 3rd now as well. Great effort from Warpath. We are on lap 8. We haven't seen anyone stop yet. Ripdoc goes for the undercut. So Ripdoc's pit on lap 6. Lap 5 by the looks of it. No, lap 6. So Ripdoc possibly on a 2-stop here, pitting on lap 6, 11, and, well, that's it, yeah, 6 and 11. So interesting to see where he slots in after the final round of pit stops. Currently 30 seconds off the lead. He has filled his tank, though, so he will be able to get home quite easily. Piano has come to a stop at the chicane with a great amount of damage. Piano finding the fence at the bus stop, dropping down to 9th there with only Ripdoc behind him. So after having CRR Super Dragon leave the room, we are down to 10 competitors.
Looks like a readdress might be happening with Antichrist. I'm not sure if something happened there.
Yeah, it looks like he's parked it up, just waiting for Piano to get past. So possibly coming together there from Piano and the Antichrist. Has gifted Soul Reaper's 7th place now. We did see drop down to last briefly at some point. Soul Slayer's back up to 6th after having very his own moment through the bus stop. So great recovery drive from Soul Slayer. G-Force still in 5th. He's now on the back of Smurf though. He's got great drive. Oh, he's just managed to catch the back of Was it Warpath or Smurf? I didn't quite catch that. So early in the pits on his one stop, he split the race in two. Hammy in the pits, look at the fuel difference. Hammy's 42% of fuel. G-Force staying out. G-Force wants a clean lap. He doesn't want people to interrupt him. Be interesting to see if this pays off for him, because we know Early went in the pits, and Early was your race leader. So Early arguably on the fastest strategy, but G-Force just didn't want to stay in traffic. I think he's hoping on these old tyres he can set a lap that's faster than the other guys can on their out laps. Bit of a gamble from G-Force. I'm very intrigued to see how this one pays off for him. Overcut can be a very good strategy, or it can also... He's purple. He's got purple sectors.
He's purple. He's still going, yeah. It's surprising how much pace he's getting out of that car this far into his stint, so...
8-lap old tyres and he's purple on a 47.2. G-Force... Oh man, G-Force, come on, bring it home. Let's see a bit of a battle between yourself and Early. So Early's now got a bit of pressure on him. He knows what G-Force is thinking, and he can't let him catch him. Early's going to be driving real hard. As Early picks himself up a 1 second penalty, that's not going to help. What that is going to do is make the race very interesting. You can see how hard Early's pushing there. He is absolutely wringing the neck out of that car, using all the track and then some.
Yeah, I think we might see G-Force going for a lead here.
Yeah, so Early serving his penalty. That 1 second penalty and those few little errors just cost him 1.5 seconds on G-Man. The G-Man rounding the final corner now. Are we going to see him duck into the pits? I think we will.
We will, yeah.
Yes, we will. He pulls off to the left. He's in the pits. 23% fuel. That's not bad. That's more fuel than Early had. So G-Man going to spend less time in the pits now. Soulslayer also in. So Soulslayer stayed out as well with G-Man for the overcut effect. Hammy back up to second now. We'll see where G-Man comes out. He's still parked up in the pits. No, he's out in third, fourth, fifth. He's out in fifth. The overcut hasn't quite worked. He's found the back of Smurf as well. So G-Man taking the gamble that he could jump these two in the pit, stop strategies, but he hasn't been able to do so. He's now still back in fifth. And after all that time, Early's actually extended his lead. So Early, the real big winner out of all of this. He's got a 4.3 second lead to Hammy, who's got a 4.3 second lead back to Warpath. So Hammy's just got to drive it home, just comfortably drive the car home, get himself to second place. I don't think we're going to see him put Early under any pressure now. But we did see Early make 2 errors in race 1. He's just going to have to try and keep this consistent. Nail his apexes, keep the wheels off the grass, and he should be able to net himself a very comfortable first place here.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised about G-Force. I thought he would have jumped these last week, considering he was doing purple sectors in that last lap. So, I'm not sure what happened maybe in that last sector, but he's just slotted right in behind the 2 guys he was catching up to.
Just noticed as well, I can't see Pagani's name in the leaderboard. I think Pagani and CRR Superdrag. Let's see if the chat's got anything. Yes, just checking the chat there. Pagani not having the greatest race apparently, and Super Dragon having the internet cut off. Oh, that's very unlucky. That is such a shame. We were very excited to see what Super Dragon could have done with that race there. It is possible he would have been up there with Early at the moment, as G-Force has his work cut out for him, still back in 5th there. As we see a change for 3rd. Smurf up to 3rd, taking it from Warpath, so Warpath down to 4th. G-Force still in 5th. He managed to sit the whole lap behind those guys, not managing to get the move done. Early now setting the fastest lap of the race with a 46.9. So Early's not hanging around. Early's still setting qualifying laps while he's out in front by 6 seconds. He's just having a bit of fun now. Hammy possibly making a small error there, losing some time to Smurf, who we just saw battling. G-Force undercutting Warpath to take 4th. Is the 86 going to have enough legs in a straight line to keep it? He's slotted in front for the moment. Yeah, I think Warpath just backing out a bit, just seeing a little bit of a throttle lift from him. He's not trying to fight that. I think Warpath's going to be happy with his 5th position, so he's just going to settle down and try not to lose 6 seconds to Ripdoc, who's in 6th. I'd expect to see Ripdoc in the pits possibly now if he's done his 2-stop as well. Although after being in 6th, I'm not too sure what's been going on. I would have expected a little bit more positions, given how aggressive you can drive on a 2-stop. He's just about to lose another one to Soul Slayer there. Jump up to 3rd now. I've got G-Force putting the pressure on Smurf all over the back of him. For those GT Sport players out there, you'll probably know that Smurf's probably got his radar on. He's seeing a big blue triangle glued to his red one. G-Force pulling it up nicely behind him, not looking to send the move there, is going to mean he'll be behind for the bus stop. So G-Force just lifting, being very cautious behind Smurf, just allowing himself a little bit of room in case Smurf was to make an error. It's a great strategy when you're behind through a fast, tight section like that. Oh, as we see Smurf just dipping a wheel, going a bit wide, G-Force managing to just avoid him all the way over to the left-hand side of the track there and take that 3rd away. So G-Force up to 3rd, 4 seconds down the road from Hammy with 4.5 laps to go. G-Force possibly going to be able to take 2nd place here. It will be interesting to see if Hammy and G-Force, who are teammates, if they decide to swap positions or not. Hey, Hammy just losing a little bit of pace in the last couple of laps, sitting in the high 48s. Well, we've got G-Force who's in the high 47s, who's also been battling. So G-Force probably got the pace to catch Hammy before the end of the race. He's also on 1 lap fresher tyres, which does make a significant difference. Down in 8th, we did see Ripdoc go in the pits. He is on the 2-stop, so pitting on lap 6 and lap 11. Not taking any fuel on lap 11. He's got himself 8th position with Piano in front in the Audi, and Ripdoc has fresh tyres. He's got 1.6 seconds to find on that Audi, and on fresh boots with 4 laps to go, I think we're going to see a tight battle for 7th at some point. Soul Slayer looking real comfortable there in 6th. He's got absolute yards between him. Looks like he's just going to drive a comfortable race home. Warpath, same story in 5th. I think he's just conceded. He's settling for 5th. It's a fantastic result from Warpath after finishing last in race 1, possibly with some incidents we missed. Smurf not letting G-Man go though, up for 3rd. Smurf still hanging on the back. He wants 3rd back. He made a mistake, he gifted it to G-Man, and he's out for revenge now. So the gap between G-Force and Hammy now, 2.8 seconds. So in 1 lap it's come down by a touch over a second. I think if G-Man can keep driving clean and not need to defend from Smurf, we will see him see the back of Hammy before the race is over. I think the lead's out of question. Early's driving away with this race. He's got an 8-second advantage to Hammy as he crosses the line to begin lap 14, nailing the apex on lap 1. On turn 1, sorry.
Yeah, it seems like everyone's sort of settled out into their respective positions. I'm not sure if we'll see much more commotion throughout the pack for the rest of the race, unless we see anyone dive into the pits and that. I think everyone's sort of sorted themselves out into where they are right now.
Yeah, I mean, as we say that, G-Force has got the gap down to Hammy to 1.7 seconds. The Hammy possibly having a little error through turn 1 that we missed, losing a chunk of time, as that time's still coming down, and G-Force setting a purple sector. So G-Force setting the fastest sector 1 of the race so far. He's got a lot of pace on used rubber, G-Force. It's going to be a force to be reckoned with through these GR4 races, I reckon.
Yeah, for sure.
Can't take it away from early this race though. He's driven a fantastic race. He's kept his nose out of trouble, and most importantly, he's kept it consistent. Having those 2 small errors in race 1, he hasn't let them affect him, and he's punching out qualifying lap times here in the lead. Early still owns the fastest lap of the race as well, so no matter how fresh G-Man's tyres are, he still hasn't been able to find that 46. He has picked up a bit of slipstream from Hammy though, and he was purple before. It is possible that we will see the fastest lap owner change to G-Force now. He's just a touch wide of that apex. He manages to gather it up for the second apex. He's now got Hammy's slipstream all the way down the straight. So Smurf dropping all the way off G-Man as well. I missed what happened there, but Smurf must have made an error. Yes, G-Man in the 46s. G-Man setting a 1 minute 46.818. That is a lightning lap from G-Force, especially on lap 15 of 16. Yes, the cars are lighter in fuel, but yes, you do have a lot of tyre wear. And especially in a track like this where you've got a lot of sweeping corners, that tyre grip does come into play quite significantly. So 2 laps to go, and we've got half a second between the 2 86s. Will we see a position change? Hammy being the team owner, obviously. Oh, G-Force sending it up the inside. Oh. Just touching Hammy wide. Little bit of contact. G-Force moving over. He's not conceding. He's not redressing. Not sure if he needs to. I didn't quite have a good angle of that incident either. I'm sure if Hammy has a problem, he will raise it with the stewards, but they seem to be racing as normal. So G-Force gone from 12th to 2nd, and early from 11th to 1st. We have had 2 dropouts, that being Pagani and Super Dragon, both very unlucky. Both at great pace in race 1, unfortunately not able to see what they could do in race 2. So early just controlling the race at the moment, rounding out the chicane for the 15th time. He's only got to do it one more time, and he's got 9.4 seconds over his closest competitor, being G-Force Gang in that 86. Hammy to the bone, Ham it to the bone, settling down into 3rd now. I don't think he's going to lose that position with 1 lap to go. Smurf comfortable in 4th. Warpath in 5th. Soulslayer not too far behind. Soulslayer still showing some great late race pace. Could get onto the back of Warpath here. 1.9 seconds in 1 lap isn't an easy ask though. Piano comfortable in 7th, Ripdoc in 8th, Oz Soul Reaper in 9th, Antichrist in 10th after redressing an incident before with Piano Elephant, I believe it was. The Piano finding his way back up to 7th on murdered tyres. They are absolutely worn to the graveyard. We'll stay on board with early. We'll watch him muscle his BMW around the track. He's been doing it for 16 laps straight, very consistently by the look of his lap times. He's driven an absolutely flawless race. No one can take that away from him. A few small incidents in race 1 just gave him... lost him the chance for the win in race 1, but he's managed to come back with a vengeance in race 2, drive the wheels off of that M4 BMW, and keep his nose clean all race to give himself an 8.5 second advantage with only 3 corners to go. So down to 3rd, chucks it in left, moves the car right, should see an early upshift to 4th, and then he's just going to sail away to the line. So Early will be your race 2 winner in that BMW. Early coming 2nd in race 1, winning race 2. Switch of positions between him and G-Force Gang in race 1. G-Force bringing home 2nd in that 86. Hammy in the 86 also coming home in 3rd. So 2 86s on the podium. Just showing how much of a force to be reckoned with those 86s are. Smurf bringing his Aston Martin home in 4th. Soulslayer managed to get past Warpath on that lap, so he did
There was
make
a bit
up
of
that
rubbing
time.
on that last corner. Yeah, I was just watching that that last few corners. There was a lot of rubbing between the two. I'm interested to see what happens after the race.
Yeah, okay. Well, Soulslayer is your provisional 5th place there. Warpath in 6th. Piano coming home in 7th after we saw him absolutely murdered at the bus stop. Ripdoc, the only one of the race to 2-stop, coming home in 8th. Possibly not the best strategy, or it could have been influenced by external factors there. And Pagani and CRR not managing to finish the race due to disconnections. So there we have it. Early winning race 1, G-Force winning race 2, showing that the BMW and the 86s are going to be the cars to beat in the GR4 series. Those of you watching that aren't racing in Div 1, feel free to stay tuned and watch the Div 1 broadcast. It's going to be brought to you on the same Twitch channel. We will be streaming every Sunday night. If anyone wants to join the league, more than welcome to jump in. But for now, I've been Footner with your co-host Zoomin.
See you later.
And massive thanks to Fine Moves on the visuals. We'll sign out and get the Div 1 broadcast ready for you guys.